What's up, ballers? Jacob here with AllDriveNoDrop, talking about the paddle battle between the Zero Quartz and the 11Six24 Jelly Bean. Two paddles that are under 100 that a lot of people have been asking me about. So let's break down what's the best paddle for you under 100 if you're a new player, intermediate, or even if you're advanced. Let's talk about these two. Let's get into it. So, Zero, a lot bigger company than 11Six24. The style is looking a lot better if you ask me. If you put these two up on the shelf, I know you're going to pick the Zero Quartz just because of the looks. But look, let's get into the performance and stats real quick. So we have a weight of 8.1 for the Jelly Bean, weight of 7.9 for the Zero Quartz, and then a swing weight of 108 for the Quartz and 110 for the Jelly Bean. So what that all means is the Quartz is going to be a little bit more maneuverable, and it has a shorter handle at 5 inches if that interests you at all, with 5.75 inches for the Jelly Bean. So if you have a two-handed backhand, Jelly Bean all day. If you don't and you like that shorter handle for quick maneuverability, then the Quartz is going to be a better option for you in that respect. Twist weight is higher on the Jelly Bean than the Quartz, and I think that does play out as far as the sweet spot goes. The Jelly Bean has a bigger sweet spot, a wider sweet spot than the Quartz. Both have good sweet spots. You know, the Quartz is still going to be playable if you're a newer player and you don't understand all this mumbo jumbo about the twist weight. Let me just tell you, the Quartz is going to be fine with the sweet spot. It's just the Jelly Bean is going to have a bigger sweet spot, but it's not going to be super noticeable unless you are an intermediate to advanced player. Now, the price, $90 for the Jelly Bean, $81 for the Quartz after code AllDriveNoDrop on 60.com or 11Six24.com. Not a big difference in price, but if it does matter, there it is. Now let's talk about how it performs on the court. They both get great spin, both over 2,000 RPM. There's not a difference in the spin that's going to be noticeable on the court. The Jelly Bean is going to get you more power and more pop, and the Quartz is going to be a lot more control-oriented. They're both control-oriented paddles and both great for new beginners, intermediate players, even advanced players. If you like a softer paddle, they both feel very soft and both have a very pleasant feel on impact. If you did want to customize your paddle with weight, I would recommend getting some tungsten or lead tape. Get a 0.5 gram strip of the lead or tungsten tape and start off from that bottom corner and stretch it out to the top corner. And that is just going to give you a more solid overall paddle. It's going to give you more power. It's going to be a little softer. And it's just going to perform better overall, at least for me. So I would do that. If you want to customize your paddle and see how that plays, it might not be best for everyone. I would do that both on the Jelly Bean and the Quartz. I think it can add a little performance boost to both. So that's my breakdown. If my money's on the line and I'm picking a paddle that I'm gonna go play with in the tournament, I am picking the Jelly Bean just because of the better overall performance for me. But if you think that that handle is going to be too long for you, or you just want a flashier design, then the Zero Quartz is still a fine paddle. It's just not as good of an overall performance for me. But it has a beautiful design, one of the most beautiful paddles on the market, and it is still a solid overall paddle. So these are two amazing options for under 100 for paddles if you were looking for those. But overall in the paddle battle, the Jelly Bean is going to take the cake for me. Thank you as always. Go ahead and subscribe. Leave your comments on what you would want to see for the next paddle battle. Thank you very much, and go play some pickleball.